endorsed by Planned Parenthood. Trusted voices agree. Jimmy Gomez is the clear choice for Congress. UTP is responsible for the content of this ad.
George Whitesides bankrolled a group pushing to exempt some child predators from registering as sex offenders. Whatever side you're on, George Whitesides is not on yours. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Join us for live coverage of the 2024 election, Tuesday on KTLA 5.
The election, and both presidential candidates are making last-minute pitches to any undecided voters. Thanks for joining us for the KTLA 5 News at Noon. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump focused on key battleground states today.
We have a team of live reporters this afternoon. Kimberly Chang will have the latest on early voting that is underway. But first, Lauren Lister live in the newsroom with an update on the presidential race. Lauren?
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, here we go. It is the final day of campaigning in the presidential race before Election Day. Already in this country, more than 78 million Americans have cast their ballots in early voting. That's almost half the total number of people who voted in the 2020 election. At this hour, we begin with the Democratic candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris, as we just heard from her at a Get Out the Vote event.
Are we ready to do this? We're ready to get out the vote. We're ready to win. All right.
Harris there rallying supporters in Scranton, Pennsylvania today at her first Election Eve event. She'll spend all day in Pennsylvania, a critical swing state with 19 electoral votes, the largest electoral prize of any battleground. She's set to visit working class areas and end with a late night rally in Philadelphia with stars including Lady Gaga and Oprah Winfrey. In Scranton, Harris laying out what she framed as a contrast with her opponent.
This whole era of this other guy, you know, what it's done with all that talk that's been about trying to have us point fingers at each other and divide each other, it makes people feel alone. It makes them feel like there's nobody standing with them. And so the way I've always been thinking about our campaign in these next 24 hours is, as we are getting out the vote, as we are canvassing, let's be intentional about building community.
Now to the Republican candidate, Donald Trump. He will appear in Pennsylvania today, too, but he began the day in North Carolina, another battleground where he spoke with confidence about the race there.
But it's ours to lose. Does that make sense to you? It's ours to lose. If we get everybody out and vote, there's not a thing they can do.
The former president beginning in Raleigh, rallying supporters there to cast their ballots, railing against his opponent from the podium on the topic of immigration. This is one of 4 rallies in 3 battleground states he has today, including 2 stops in Pennsylvania, ending the night in Michigan. Trump did make some news this morning, announced he would call the president of Mexico on day 1 if elected with this ultimatum.
If they don't stop this onslaught of criminals and drugs coming into our country, I'm going to immediately impose a 25% tariff on everything they send in to the United States of America.
Now, the latest national polling shows Harris and Trump neck and neck nationwide and across key battleground states. A new poll in the red state of Iowa, however, getting a lot of attention. It came out over the weekend, showing Kamala Harris leading Trump 47 to 44%. Note, that is within the margin of error of plus or minus 3.4%, so a statistical tie. But the Des Moines Register reporting it was widely believed Trump would coast to victory in that state. The Trump campaign is casting this poll as an outlier, Trump himself calling it heavily skewed on social media and attacking the pollster. Now, election officials in key swing states are already urging people to be patient, that it may take days to find out who won the presidency. Each state has different vote counting laws, which my colleague will have more on at the bottom of the hour. And at 1, we are expecting to hear from Donald Trump in Pennsylvania. So I'll have that for you, too. That's the latest live in the newsroom. I'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Lauren. Here at home, early voting continues at the LA County Registrar's office in Norwalk.
KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang is there live where people are casting ballots ahead of tomorrow's election. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, we've been watching the line for a few hours now. People can drive up to the ballot box right behind me and just drop their mail-in ballot in this box. You can see no line of cars here, but it's kind of been busy throughout the morning. But if you take a look right up there, you can see the voting check-in table. There is a line right now. At some points, it was completely empty, but now you can see about a dozen people going in now to cast their ballots. They tell me that they wanted to come here early to vote. Now, they are promising that when you come here, you can vote within about 15 minutes or less. And Californians are embracing early voting. According to California's Secretary of State's office, more than 8 million have already voted by mail or in person. This election here in LA County, they opened more than 500 additional vote centers Saturday so that voters could cast their early ballots in person or drop off that vote by mail ballot. This is on top of the 122 centers already open across the county. Now, the centers will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. today, and on Election Day tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Officials say that most wait times should be under 15 minutes. The LA County Registrar, Recorder, County Clerk said this allows people the option of avoiding Election Day lines. Also, eligible voters who missed the registration deadline can visit any vote center, complete a conditional voter registration, and cast a ballot in this election. Now, the ballot is extensive and includes contests and candidates from the state, neighborhood, and local levels, federal representatives. Voters are encouraged to look through it so they're ready when they get here. We spoke with people after casting their vote. The presidential race, of course, top of mind for many. One voter told me the propositions were very important to her.
I'm 57 years old. I've never voted in my life.
First-time voter?
First-time voter.
What drove you to vote in this election for the first time?
Watching every day, just everything that's going on.
I feel good. I feel good about it. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I feel good about it.
I hope our vote matters.
Well, there's really no line up there. I mean, because there's a bunch of polls that are open already. So, and the people are just taking them in as quick as they can, as quick as they come in.
A complete list and map of vote center locations is available online. You can find that at locator.lavote.gov. Now, back here live in Norwalk, when you get here, there are two separate lines. There's a line for other official business, and then you can see that line in front of us. That is the voting check-in table. At some points, as I mentioned, it was empty. You could just get in right away. Now there's about a dozen people here, and also people driving up so they can drop it off here, their mail-in ballot in the ballot box. Reporting live in Norwalk, Kimberly Chang, KTLA 5 News.
Kimberly, thank you. A pioneer titan in the music and also film industry has died. Quincy Jones, who helped shape the industry as we know it today, passed away at his Bel Air home. He was 91 years old. KTLA 5's Annie Rose Ramos takes a look at his life and legacy.
We wanted to come to the corner of Sunset and Vine where you can see Quincy Jones has his star here on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, this music industry powerhouse and hit-making producer is behind some of the most iconic albums and songs of our time, including Michael Jackson's Thriller. During his decades-long career, Jones was nominated for 80 Grammy Awards, of which he won 28. He was the all-time most nominated composer and producer, his publicist says. He wrote prize-winning film and TV scores, collaborating with Frank Sinatra and Ray Charles and hundreds of other artists.
I feel like the most blessed person on the planet to have come along the path that I came to musically. From 13 years old, starting with Ray Charles at 14. He was 16, and going through Clark Terry and Basie and Benny Carter, everybody from Billie Holiday, Louis Armstrong, all the way to 50 Cent.
Born on the south side of Chicago in 1933, at 10 years old, his family moved to Washington State. Quincy Jones beginning his career as a jazz trumpeter. He was later in great demand as an arranger. As one of the first African-American network TV executives, Jones also broke barriers in film and television. He produced such shows as the 90s hit NBC show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Roots, and movies like the 1985 Steven Spielberg film The Color Purple, which earned him an Academy Award nomination.
Love is all we need.
In In 1985, Jones, Lionel Richie, and Michael Jackson organized what some say is one of the greatest nights in music. After the American Music Awards, many of music's biggest stars gathering at the old A&M studios in Hollywood in the middle of the night for an hours-long recording of We Are the World to raise millions of dollars for children in Africa. And we're seeing tributes pouring in today, like this one from Elton John, who posted this to his social media saying nobody had a career as incredible as Quincy. He played with the best and produced the best. LL Cool J writing on his Instagram, quote, "You were a father and example at a time when I truly needed a father and example. Music would not be music without you." And the 91-year-old Quincy Jones died at his home in Bel Air, surrounded by family. He is survived by his 7 children, among them actress Rashida Jones. Reporting from Hollywood, Annie Rose Ramos, KTLA 5 News.
A high wind warning in effect as powerful Santa Ana winds sweep through Southern California.
Yeah, those gusts have uprooted trees and damaged cars. Jennifer McGraw live in La Crescenta with more. Hi, Jennifer.
Lou and Glenn, good afternoon. Luckily, it's just a slight breeze right now, but last night there were wicked winds, especially here in La Crescenta. Look at these trees just stripped of their branches. The homeowner says his weather system clocked the wind at about 42 miles per hour. And what's interesting is the fact that this is primarily the only damage on the street, as if a large gust just ripped the branches right off. And then this in Pacoima, a much larger tree down across the street in the San Fernando Valley. This is Fox Street in Hewitt. Sky 5 flew it this morning. That's the trouble with these really large trees and strong winds. They're just more susceptible to become crashing down. And here's some video in downtown LA. You can see a tarp being blown around, also a sign knocked over. There's a wind advisory in effect for many areas across Southern California with huge gusts, even here in the San Gabriel Valley, maybe even stronger.